Hi everyone, hope you all are fine and doing good. So today's topic is about the usage of how many and how much in asking questions, in making of the question sentences. Though the topic is very simple, but there are some exceptions and some rules that need to be followed while making question sentences. So let's start now. We use how many with countable nouns. The nouns that we can count in numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. For example, we use it with the regular plural nouns. Like for example, we have pen, it's singular, but we want to make it as plural, we just add s to it. It becomes pens. So we use with the regular plural nouns and irregular plural nouns. Let's see how we are making with the regular plural noun. Like how many books are there? So books are countable. Pens are countable. Like you have pencils, pens, chairs, buildings. There are so many things even in our food and drink items as well that you can count by numbers 1, 2, 3. So how many books do you read every year? How many brothers do you have? So you're adding s at the end and it becomes the plural. That's called as the regular plural noun. But there are some irregular plural nouns as well. So let's see them. Let's see how we use how many with the irregular plural nouns. Here we are converting a singular into a plural, not by adding s here. So look carefully. When you have singular, you say child. But when you convert into plural, we say children. Woman, women. It is plural, women. Man, men. Person, singular. If there are more than one person, we say people. Foot, feet. Tooth, one tooth. Singular. If it is singular, tooth. Teeth. Leaf, leaves in plural. Knife, knives in plural. Aircraft, aircraft. Aircraft. Here the same thing. Aircraft and aircraft. So when it is singular, we use the articles a or an. A child, a woman, a leaf, a knife. Here a is a vowel. And aircraft. The plural is also aircraft. An octopus, octopi. A sheep, sheep. A wolf, wolves. A deer, if it is more than one, we say only deer. A deer when it is singular. A goose, geese. An ox, oxen. A mouse, when it is plural, we say mice. So these are called as some irregular plural nouns where we are not adding s when we are converting from the singular to the plural. So when we are asking the question like this, we ask, how many children are there? So the answer can be, there are 3 children. If it is not there, if there is only one child, we say there is one child or there is a child. So here with the plural, we are using the verb, helping verb as are. How many children are there? Are will be used when you are talking about the plural. Are. How many women are there? So the helping verb are is used when we are talking about the plural nouns. So these are some of the most commonly used irregular plural nouns. As such, there are many irregular plural nouns, but we use this nouns more often. So I brought this to your information. So keep that in mind whenever you are using the irregular plural nouns and regular plural nouns. So a regular plural noun is formed just by adding s to a singular noun. So here are some countable and uncountable nouns in food and drinks. So here in this food items we have countable nouns. Like we can use here how many oranges are there because we can count them. So if it is plural, then we add s at the end of a noun and we can say how many oranges are there. Here it's already in plural, we add s at the end of a noun and we can use how many eggs are there. So these are some of the countable food items. Now let's see where we can use how much. How much is used with uncountable. How much is an amount that we cannot count in numbers. We can't use a number to describe the amount of an uncountable noun. We need to use a unit of measurement for this. For example, when we look into this uncountable food items, we can measure the water and other liquids like juice, coffee, tea or milk in liters or milliliters. We can also measure this liquid in cups, bottles or glasses. At that time it becomes countable. Like if I say 3 glasses of water, 2 bottles of milk, then we can count this glasses, bottles or cups. So it is countable at that time. But when we have to measure this liquid, it requires a unit of measurement. So it is uncountable. We use grams or kilograms to talk about the solid items or powdered things like you have flour, sugar, salt, and other materials like wood, metal, plastic, paper, and some food like fruit, bread, meat, cheese. For that we need a unit of measurement like grams or kilograms. We can use the word kilo, but that will be used only in speaking, but not in written. We have to write the whole kilogram. Here bread and meat are uncountable nouns because they can't be divided into single units. We can't say one bread. Individual units of breads are expressed as loaf of bread, loaves of bread, slices of bread, slice of bread, and we can say a kilo of meat, a loaf of bread. But you can't say I want one bread. We have to say a loaf of bread. So here, if you don't know the measurement word for an uncountable noun, you can use the words like some, a lot of. For example, if I ask the question, how much bread do you have? The answer can be, I have some bread. And if you have more, you will say, I have lots of bread. So these words are called, that is some, lots of, few, are called as quantifiers. So these quantifiers are the words which is used before a noun to indicate the amount or quantity. And we can't use the articles a or an with the uncountable nouns. Like we were using in countable nouns, whenever we have a singular noun, we use the article a or an. For example, if I ask like, how many apples are there? So the answer is, there is an apple because there is only one apple. You say an, you use the article an. How many sandwiches are there? Then you say, there is a sandwich. Here using the article a because it is singular. But in uncountable nouns, you can't use the articles a or an. So whenever you need to express this uncountable nouns, you have to use their units or quantifiers like some or lots of. So let's see them in detail. Here are some of the questions that I prepared using how many and how much, and I want to explain it parallelly so that you can make a difference of how you answer the countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Now let's see. So you got it right now that how many is used with the countable nouns. Yeah. So we are using how many pens are there? Pens. So we add s here, it becomes plural. It's a regular plural noun. How many pens are there? Are is a helping verb. Are is used with the plural. Are there. So you can answer as there are 12. If suppose there are 12 or 6, how many? You give the number here. There are 12. Or you say there are 12 pens. You give the complete answer. Or you can just say the number. There are 12. Whereas, when I ask with the how much, for suppose I'm using here the noun meat, uncountable noun meat. How much meat is there? Because this is uncountable, we use the helping verb is. So whenever we are using how much, we use the helping verb is. And when we are using this how many, we use the helping verb are. Because they are plural, they are countable. There is, here also we answer as there is 1 kg. You finish the answer here itself, or you give the complete answer like there is 1 kg of meat. So this is one type of the question that you can ask. Now when you have to describe a small quantity, and if you don't know how much you have or how many you have, for example, how many ice creams are there? So here this ice creams, here though I'm using plural ice creams, this ice cream is actually a countable noun as well as the uncountable noun. If suppose if there is a brick of ice cream and people are being served in cups, then ice creams becomes uncountable here. We use with how much. Like how much ice cream is there? So we can answer as there is some ice cream or there's a lot of ice cream. But if the ice cream is being served on cones, here the ice cream is being served on cones or sticks, then we can quantify them. Now you will say, I have an ice cream. Or how many ice creams are there? You can say there aren't many ice cream. When you don't have many, you say there aren't many ice creams. Or there are few ice creams. And describing a small quantity with how much, like how much sugar is there? So how is there? We are using a helping verb is. There isn't much sugar left. When you have in small quantity, when you don't know its measurement, you say much. You use the word much. There isn't much sugar. Or you say there is some sugar. So here you can observe that whenever you are describing the small quantity, both in countable and uncountable nouns, we used here many and we used here much. We can use. And here we have to use few because it's countable. So few pencils, few chairs, few books. And here you have to use some because it is uncountable. Now when we are describing the large quantities both in a countable noun and uncountable noun, we use the quantifier lots of. Here books are countable, so we are saying that there are lots of books. Here bread is uncountable, we say there is. We use the helping verb is and we say lots of bread. We can even say there is a lot of. A lot of. Even you can say a lot of. So both in a countable and uncountable noun, when we are describing the large quantity, we use the quantifier lots of and we don't use the quantifiers many and much when we are describing the large quantity. Now let's see the other types of questions with how many and how much. Now, how many chairs do you have? Do you have? So you answer as I have two, or you say I have two chairs, you give the complete answer. Or if you don't have more, you will say I have few chairs. So you use the quantifier few when you don't have more. Or I have a couple of chairs also, you can say. Couple of means that's in pair. Couple. I have couple of chairs, that means two. Now, when you're going for the shopping, you ask the questions like how many chocolates. This is just an example. You can ask anything. How many chocolates do you need? So the answer can be I need lots of chocolates or I need few chocolates. So you understand here that when you don't want more, you use the quantifier few, and when you want more, you use the quantifier lots of in countable nouns. Remember that. Now let's see the other types of questions in uncountable nouns. Now you can ask the question, how much experience do you have? Here experience is an abstract noun. You find the uncountable nouns not only in food and drink, but also in journal and in abstract. So abstract nouns are those nouns which you can't hear, touch, smell, see or taste. It's a quality or it's an act, you can say. So some more example of an abstract noun I can take as how much information do you have, or how much knowledge do you have, or you can ask how much patience do you have, or how much time do you have. So all these are uncountable. We can answer the question as I have some experience, or I have some information or knowledge or patience, or you can say I have lots of, or you can say I have a lot of experience, or whatever it is. I don't have much experience, and if you don't have anything, you say I don't have any. So you use the quantifier here with the uncountable noun as some and a lot of, and with countables you use few and a lot of. Let's see the journal uncountable noun examples now. For example, if I take homework, so you can ask the question like how much homework do you have, or how much homework do you get in school. Or if I take the example of money, money is also uncountable, so we can ask the question like how much money is needed to start a business. Or if I take the example of dangerous, so I can ask the question like how much dangerous is COVID-19. So all these are uncountable, and with that uncountable nouns we use how much. Now, so when you're going for the shopping, you use the questions usually like how much any food and drink item here, how much oil do you need, or how much sugar do you need, or how much milk do you need, or how much meat do you need. So you need to answer the question with their measurement. So that's the end of today's lesson. Hope you got it when to use how much and how many in asking questions. And if you have learned at least a single thing out of this lesson, please do like, and don't forget to share and subscribe to my channel. I'll surely come up with more such learning videos. So keep watching and take care. Goodbye. Apple, yes. So you can count apples?
Yes.
Yes, countables. Tomatoes.
You can't count.
Yes, you can count.
You can't count.
Yes, what's that? Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Yes.
You can't count. Carrots. You can't count.
Yes, good.
Cherries. You can't
Olives, that is
count.
olives.
Olives. You
That is-
can't count.
Yeah.
Burger. You can't count.
Yes,
French fries in a count.
you can count.
You
Yes.
can count. Watermelon you count.
Yes, you can count. Honey.
You cannot count. Honey
You
not
can't count. Yes.
You can't count.
Yes.
You cannot count.
Damn, you can't count that. Yes, it's a semi-solid thing and you need a unit of
What?
measurement for it. Milk.
Milk.
Milk, you can't
can't
count
count.
because it's a liquid. It has to be measured in liters.
Until
Yeah. Salt,
salt you can't count.
you can't count. Yes, all the powdered things cannot be count. What is that?
Sugar not count.
You can't count. Yes. Tea,
You
no,
cannot count.
you can't count.
You can't count.
Banana, you can count. Banana, where you are keeping banana? Yes, banana you can count. Flour, you can't count. It's uncountable. Meat is also uncountable. So all these are the mass noun or non-countable noun, uncountable nouns or non-countable nouns. And these we can count, so it's called as a countable nouns.